Welcome back to another video, Likens, ladies and gentlemen. Sending a love, or just liking, ladies and gentlemen. Liking, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not a liken, hit the button down below and become a liken if you want to be a werewolf shifter. If not, just join it if you want to be a dragon or some other mythical creature. Maybe that should just be the thing, mythical creatures. I don't know. Did you drink your water today? No? Yes? Did you make your bed? Did you clean your room? Did you clean your house? Did you organize your room? Organized place, organized mind. But nonetheless, welcome back. We're going to start getting to these Baldermort videos now that I'm going to cover them in parts. So, as requested, Alpha Legion lore. This was actually requested a long time ago too, so I'm glad it's making a reappearance. I feel like the videos that people really would like me to cover are coming back. So that's good because I'm on my list. Most of them are the same videos being recommended, so don't worry. We're going to get to them now. And I'm excited to just cover them in parts because I don't know why I didn't do that, because now it makes it so much easier. And don't worry, guys, I don't feel pressured to make a lot of comments. I'm good. It may seem like that in the past. It's just like it's only for the sheer feeling of like I wouldn't like a creator, right, to come and see. Well. I wouldn't say it in short so I don't stall. I wouldn't like a creator like whose video I'm watching to come and see their video. It's just like somebody just like staring at the screen. But like, this is literally the type of videos I like to make. I kind of like commentary and gaming ones too, but I like reactions because they're just fun for me. And yeah, that's really it. But yeah, so with that said, Baldermort, if you want me to take down my video or any before that I covered, which is kind of like the salamanders, yeah, just let me know. But let's go, guys. So this is part one, pretty sure, for me. Let's go.
A promotion, they called it. I leapt at the chance. As an arbiter of a long and distinguished career, I can tell you one thing. It's not all it's cracked up to be. I leapt at the chance for a change. The thing with this job is that it so often involves wiping mutant off your boots. I despise them. The regular journeys into the underhive to cull them. My old gaffer used to say, "The hive is like a house, my lad, and the underhive is the sewer. If you don't flush it out regularly, the feces start to run in the streets." But I won't miss it. I never took pleasure in the pyres we made of their burnt bodies. The culls. In my mind, the most disgusting thing about mutants is their need to try to gain mercy by sounding like us. I know it's all mimicry. Like an animal that seems to call your name in the dark, only to pounce on you when you wander away from the campsite. They insist on trying to sound like humans when they are screaming, when they are wailing for pity and clemency.
So the mutants are orcs, right? That's what he's referring to.
But
because Loki, by the picture, it looks like zombies, but
it's all an act. And I won't miss it at all. Well, what a fool. They handed me a midden sandwich, all right. Transferred to internal affairs for exemplary service and conduct. But it was a setup. It reminds me of the joke you only hear in this department. How do you kill 99 officials with one club and without breaking a sweat? Push 100 of them into a room, hand them the single club, and inform them one of them is Alpha Legion. And they cannot come out until they find out who. It's not funny. It was never funny. It's a living hell. When the first one turned up with that nasty little tattoo, their three-headed snake or hydra, whatever they call it.
Hydra's sick.
It's just the beginning. We find them everywhere now. At the sites of explosions, at the scene of executions. They never run. They just stand there with their hands on their heads and a glazed expression, with just a hint of a crooked smirk on their faces. Like they know they are going to be tortured to death, but are somehow won. I hate it, and I hate them. But there is one thing I hate more than anything else. It is filling in the damn charts. There's a chart, a sheet for bloody everything in this role. Everything. So I fill in yet another chart, another form, another waste of my time. The last words chart. Why do we even bother? None of them make any sense. Before they are executed,
They sent, yeah, the Alpha Legion, from what I've been hearing a lot of, is that they're just chaos insurgents. No, they're just chaotic. Like, half of them, oh, what was it about half of them? Half of them think that they're the Primarch or some shit. What, like, I can't remember like what it is. They're like the two twins, and then it's like, yeah, it's fucking confusing to even
strange
try to
and
remember.
arcane ritual is enacted. The executioner will ask them if they have any last words.
And what will they
Gibberish is what then occurs.
say?
They say practically the same phrase each time, with only one difference. It starts, I am Alfarius.
There it
Wherever
is.
that is.
There it is.
And then they end with, the Hydra awakes. But there is always a word, just one, that is snuggled between the two statements. Rubbish. So it goes like this. I am Alfarius. You, the Hydra awakes. So I have to put all of these last words into the cogitator.
Baldermort playing the guy who's basically writing the list. It's kind of funny because he's playing a guy that's sounds so distressed by them, or like just so disgusted by them so well.
I should be out hunting them, trying to predict their pattern. But no, I am doing this admin work. I fill in entry after entry, line after identical line, one by one on this huge sheet.
That would
It
suck.
takes hours.
Yeah, that would suck.
But then, something happens. I start to notice a pattern. At last. Something to go on.
Oh,
The
shoot.
Achilles heel, maybe.
The
When put in
Achilles heel.
order of execution, it makes no sense at all. But when you rearrange into date of arrest, it becomes clear. I ignore the prologue and epilogue entries of I am Alfarius and the Hydra awakes, and a sentence begins to form from all of those random words. I enter the last details. Then it becomes clear.
What is it?
You are asleep. But you must do as instructed.
What?
Destroy the arbiter's main center. The Hydra awakes.
What? Wait.
A pain appears behind my eyes for a second, then clears as swiftly as it arrived. I look at my reflection in the cogitator screen. I know what I must do. I press the delete button, wiping the records permanently. I stand and leave my office. I lock the door. I walk with a spring in my step down the many flights of stairs to the power station at the base of the building. I walk inside and nod to the tech priest there, before I pass his bemused glare and stare at the power core. I draw my pistol quietly and then turn and execute the priest. A single shot to the head. I then walk to the
Wait a minute. It was like reading. Hold on. I may be reading into it too much. It was like reading an ancient fucking tome that like just basically just mind controlled him. Let's just say that for simplicity. It just like got into his head. But that's literally what it does. Or like, because this can't be everybody's case who's on the Alpha Legion, right? Oh shit. And then one thing before the video gets too far, that's what I really like about their symbol being a Hydra, is that was my symbol for something I created before, and I love Hydras in general. But like, you cut the head off of one and two more grow, and that's just, it makes so much sense for if you can, make the comparison to their group from what I remember from the video I watched. But let's continue, because wait, so I gotta just see what happened, or I don't know if Baldermort's gonna say or kind of play it in the video, and then you just have to pick it up with context clues. We'll see.
controls. I begin the process of overloading it. I had no idea I was so gifted with this sort of thing. I stand back and admire my handiworks as I hear the plant begin to shudder, slowly rising to the moment it will explode and envelop this entire block in radioactive fire. I walk to another panel and tap in my last words. Strange. I'm elated at their writing. I feel such a sense of calm and achievement. I send a single message to the spaceport officials.
What's the message?
I am Alfarius. You, the Hydra awakes.
Wow. Wow.
Welcome, gentle listener. I am Baldermort, and I wish to introduce you to the factions and forces of the Warhammer 40k universe. Today, we will be attempting to understand possibly one of the most complicated and inscrutable factions in the entire grim darkness of the future. For today, we will attempt to wrestle with the very basics of the Alpha Legion.
Wow.
I must state straight off the bat that this is possibly one of the most difficult subjects I have ever had to present, and so I am insistent that this should be a brief introduction, as these matters have been dealt with on the channel previously, as I must be honest and state that my opinion, perspective, my approach to this faction have altered so many times that I am unable to be certain of anything being correct. All we can do is try to discern the very basics, and then to move on to the many, many nuances of this faction.
Their armor has scales like a Hydra. That's really fucking cool.
Another time. Hopefully, by that time, I will have a more solid and static position on them. But that is the wonder of Warhammer. The juice that fills the glass. The thing that keeps fans coming back time and time again. Its complexity, its depth. And I will apologize now, for many a gentle listener may not like this unorthodox entry as it goes on, as it will be so eclectic. But just know that this is by design. So let us move on to the basics and see where the trail takes us. But just know that I honestly do not have an absolute view of where the destination actually is. The Alpha Legion.
The Alpha Legion. 8 minutes in and I'm gonna do it to y'all right there. That feels so evil. So good. Okay, if you're ready for me to continue, let me know down below and I will bang off the rest of the video. I kind of feel like that's such a great place to begin. I don't want to stop in the middle of the lore, so just with that beginning little section that got finished, I will say that yeah, okay, it's already starting off to a confusing start on what they do, but it's funny about how much confusion there is for them, or like the things that just keep changing about them. I felt like I really understood that beginning though. Basically, it's almost like, I don't know if this is like how they're made, but based on that first part he read, I don't know how Baldermort does it, what he's doing in the beginning. Is that something he writes, or he's reading off of something that's about the Alpha Legion lore that's actually in Warhammer 40k? Or is he creating that beginning section himself? Because I remember that with the Night Lords and then the Salamanders, I peeped that first section of the video is like before he really introduces like stuff about them, which I think that was the part that was cooking me and trying to watch his videos before. I was like, wait, are these like this? I was like kind of looking for just getting an explanation on certain things, but it's cool because like that little story beginning gives you like perspective on what you're getting into. But that made so much sense to me a little bit. Like he was reading, like it's like that over what is it, that need or that want to understand what the Alpha Legion is literally ended up consuming him. Like that I don't want to say like his, well, can you say hatred? This is, sometimes hard to capture the feeling like through this, but like you really have to use words to understand, which I would say he really had a big distaste for them, but I wouldn't say hate. But that, like, no matter what impresses the subconscious, that overall feeling of just distaste, and it was still a feeling that was kind of like really strong about them. So it's almost like that in tandem with him having to freaking record the stuff on his admin log duties, like over time it's almost like it didn't drive him into madness, but it's like trying to understand the Alpha Legion will eventually make you one of them itself, which that's pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty cool. Like for the aspect of like it like gets into your head where you're like, it's already too late. Like you're not even aware. Well, he was aware of his actions, but not aware. Like we were hearing the story of his actions after what happened, deleting all the logs, but like that's actually crazy. Or unless it doesn't affect you like that, but right there looks like one of them has a warp staff. Well, there's like purple coming from their eyes too. And you know what the warp has to do with, so I don't know. But I'm ready. I'm excited to get back into the I'm ready to get into the next part, but just let me know down below if you're ready for me to continue. I'm gonna be that guy and stop it right here. Alright, much love and moonlight, and I'll see y'all, and peace.